everyone, this is Melissa, and I'm the talkative introvert.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Oh my god, don't do that. Today's episode is about what it's like to marry your high school sweetheart. I wanted to do this episode because when this goes live on Monday, it will be my 14th year anniversary with my husband, Brandon, who will be joining me today in this episode. But before we can get to what's it like to marry your high school sweetheart, I thought we could talk about our relationship and how we met and stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just ask you questions.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'll answer them.
Okay. Do you remember when how we first met?
Sort of. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, 14 years ago.
Yeah. I remember that we met.
Okay.
And it was really awkward, I think. Almost about as awkward as I'm feeling right now.
Just pretend we're just talking normally.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, background. Well, obviously, the title of the episode is, what is the title? I married my high school sweetheart. So we met in high school, and I was a freshman, and you were a sophomore.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. I remember that.
And so we met in high school, and you were actually Mikey, my brother's best friend.
Yeah. Well, just friend at the time because we just met. Kind of, right? Yeah.
I think so. Right? I don't know.
Because we met in Miss McKenna's class, and that was sophomore year.
Yeah. And then you were coming over to sleep over.
Yeah. So that we could play video games all night.
Yeah. So we were waiting out at the marquee for my dad to pick us up from school. And then Mikey wanted to go talk to his other friends, but he didn't want to leave you alone. So he asked me to go and talk to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember. And I didn't know what to say. Because you're a girl.
But it was kind of cringy when I think about it. Because, what is it? I went up to talk to you, and then I asked you for a hug. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I just wanted to hug you.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. And it's the first time we met.
I do remember that. It's all coming back to me now.
You were wearing... I remember what you wore.
I wear the same thing every day. I still wear the same thing every day.
No, not really.
Blue jeans and a black shirt.
Back then, you wore your puffy Etnies shoes. Remember that?
Yeah, because they were on sale.
They were on sale.
Yeah.
And then you had baggy blue jeans and you had a band shirt. I think you were wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt.
It's a Led Zeppelin shirt that I still have.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's in there. It doesn't fit anymore. I got too buff.
Is that the... Okay.
My stomach got too buff.
Yeah. So I wrote a list of questions. So when did you realize that you liked me?
That's hard to answer because I'm not really sure. Because I can't really remember. Because how do I answer this? I guess it's after we got to know each other, but I don't know when or how I knew. I don't really know how to explain it.
A specific event. It's just like because we were.
It's just more of like after we hung out a little bit, like when I would come over and we would hang out and talk and stuff.
Because you came over a lot.
Yeah.
You came over almost weekly.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah. Sometimes it would be to come over if you were there. But I didn't tell anybody that. And sometimes I would ask to come over and I'd come over and you weren't there, and then I'd ask Mikey where you're at, and you're at a friend's house or something, and then I don't know, I'd just be kind of bummed out, I guess. I don't really know when or how I knew.
You just knew.
Kind of, yeah.
It just gradually grew.
Mm-hmm. You just kind of know. I mean, that's all I can really say. I don't really know how else to explain it.
That's fine. I'm trying to think, because I don't think I know either.
I don't really know, because it's not something you really... it's not something you really think about, I guess. It's just something that just happens.
I think I knew because you're a lot like us
Yeah.
in a school full
I guess
of...
that's a good way to put it, because I didn't really hang out with anybody else because I felt comfortable around you guys. I guess that's probably how I knew, because I feel comfortable around you guys. Like in a different way.
Yeah. Because in the high school that we went to, it was a lot of rich kids and a lot of like non-Asian kids.
Yeah, we're like
we're like the minority.
The group of awkward, antisocial people. I don't really know how to put it, but like it's out of place, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because like everybody, compared to everybody else in the school, like there's a very small handful of people who were like into anime and who were Filipino.
Yeah. Are you talking about the art kids or the
well,
drama?
Yeah, I didn't hang out with them though.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's the thing, is that I didn't really have a whole lot of other friends, if any at all, really. Other than like, people that you sit next to in your classes that you just talk to because you sit around them. But with you and Mikey, it's more of like a real friendship, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't have a lot in common with a lot of kids in our school. I think that was another reason too.
Yeah, me neither. That's probably why.
Yeah. It makes you kind of wonder.
Yeah. Wonder what?
Like, if there were more kids like us, if we would have more friends.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you remember when you told me you liked me?
Yeah, because we just talked about it.
I asked Brandon some of these questions
I'm
before.
pretty sure it's an MSM chat room thing. Or MSM.
No, it was MySpace.
I'm pretty sure it was MSM chat.
I think it was Yahoo chat. Because I didn't have MSN. I had Yahoo, but it was called Rocket Mail.
Oh. Well, it was some sort of chat. Something on the computer.
Yeah, and we used to chat almost every day after school.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kept asking me about if I like anyone, and I was describing this person that I like. I don't know how much more obvious it could have been.
Well, it wasn't obvious because you had all your friends mostly were girls in high school.
I guess. I don't know if that's really true. I mean, it's just...
Well, your close friends were mostly girls.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't really say that. I mean, the only girls I really talked to are just ones that like sat around me in school. Like,
yeah.
In classes and stuff. And just... They're usually the ones that talk to me. Because I'm always the quiet one that doesn't talk to anyone.
You're not quiet anymore, though.
Well, because I'm not in school anymore.
But basically, the story is we were on MySpace or Yahoo chat or MSN, whatever, some type of chat. And we used to chat every day. And I kept trying to ask you who you liked. And I was naming off all the girls that we knew that I thought you would like. And you just kept saying no until finally you said it was me.
Yeah.
But the problem was I was dating someone at the time.
Yeah, he who shall not be named.
And the only reason why I dated him is because I didn't think Brandon would like me back. And he was my brother's best friend at the time. So I didn't think he liked me the same way I liked him. And I thought you thought of me as just like a little sister, another little sister or something.
That's really weird. Definitely not.
Clearly. How did you feel when I decided to break up with my ex?
Okay. So, okay. My answer to this is, if you go on Reddit,
Oh my goodness.
if you go on reddit.com and you check out the subreddit called Instant Barbarians,
what?
It's basically Instant Barbarians.
Instant Barbarians?
Yeah, it's basically just videos of people getting really, really excited over something not... I mean, it's usually pretty amazing, but it's usually coincidental or something, or some kind of... I sent you guys a video of that, like the guy doing the trick shots and stuff. And it would just be like someone going really crazy over some
Like Tom Cruise
trivial thing.
when he got excited.
Oh, yeah, I guess like that. I guess that could be considered an instant barbarian video. But yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of sums it up. But imagine that, but in your head and not actually doing it out loud. Because just don't do that.
Did I tell you I broke up with him, or how did you find out that I broke up with him? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
That's the problem, is that we're doing this podcast too many
14 years later.
Yeah. It's hard to remember any of that.
It was a very amicable breakup, though. It was very, because he asked me why I'm breaking up with him, I think. And then I told him, well, you know, Brandon.
Oh, you told him that?
Yeah, I told him that I've had a huge crush on you for a long time. And then I recently just found out that you liked me.
I'm surprised that you did, because he had a cool old Mustang.
Yeah, that's not part of my criteria.
That could have been your Mustang.
I doubt it.
And then you guys could have got married, and then you guys could get a divorce, and then you could take the Mustang and the divorce, and then you could be with me. You know, this would be like a secret plot that you and I have so that we could have the Mustang.
That's way too long-term of a plot. I would still have to graduate high school, go through college, marry him, then divorce him.
Yeah. And it would be our little secret so that we can get that cool old Mustang.
Assuming that he didn't break up with me during this time period.
And then we'd have to get a really good lawyer so that he can get the Mustang. And then I could drive it.
Right. Okay. That wouldn't happen. It wouldn't have lasted. Anyways, I didn't really like him the same way.
Well, clearly.
Yeah, obviously. But he was really nice about it. He just said, well, I just want you to be happy. And then that was it. That was the end of our friendship. And I think, I remember him saying, if we break up, just promise, what did he say? Something like we'll still be friends or something like that. But I haven't talked to him since then.
You should ask him if he still has the Mustang.
I'm not even friends with him. I haven't talked to him since high school. I don't even know where he is or what he's doing. I don't know if he's even still here, if he moved out of Sacramento.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay. What was the next one? Oh, what were your thoughts when you decided to ask me out? Do you remember?
Well, my thoughts were to be with you. I mean...
Well, yeah, obviously.
I don't really
or
know
what was your thought process when you were about to ask me out? Did you know what day did you pick this day specifically, or?
No, usually it's just. Well, I mean, you kind of know how I am. It's just whenever I feel like I need to do something, I'll just do it. Basically, there's no planning or scheduling or anything. It's just I'll think about it constantly until I get to a point where I just need to do it, and then I just do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it went. Just thinking about it constantly, and then figuring out how I'm going to do it. And then I started overthinking it, and then realized that what's the point of overthinking it, and then I should just do it. And then that's how it happened. That's why it happened in the middle of a doorway of a classroom, right?
No, it was outside. It was outside of photo class.
Yeah.
Can you move Link's peanut into the room?
Okay, what?
It was during lunch period, I think. Right when you asked me out? I think it was during lunch because I was just roaming the hallways, and then for some reason your friends kept asking me where you were, but I didn't know where you were.
Oh, did they know? I can't remember.
I don't think they knew because they kept following us because they wanted to hang out with you, but you were trying to get me alone so that you can ask me.
Oh, okay.
So we were in the hallways at first, and I think you were trying to look for me. And at the time, I spent a lot of my lunch in the photo class because I was always developing photos or something. And then, so your friends followed me to photo because I was going to go and develop more film. And then you finally found me. And then you said that you needed to ask me something. And then I was like, okay. And then he's like, is there somewhere we can go? And I was like, we could go in the dark room. And so we went into the dark room. And then, so you know how when you go into the dark room, there's a room first? Because you go into this small room first. Because you have to close. Yeah, you have to close the door so that like no light goes into the dark room. And then you go into the actual dark room. And then, so we went to the dark room, but then, right when you're about to ask, the door opens, and then all your friends were in that tiny little room, and they're like, "Oh, there's Brandon," and then they went inside.
Okay, yeah, I think I do remember that. Now that you start talking about it, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, because you were getting frustrated, and then we had to leave the dark room because everyone kept following us for some reason, and then we went in front of the photo class, and like the bell was about to ring, and then that's when you asked me to be your girlfriend.
Right, yeah. Thinking about it now, it seems pretty silly. I could have just asked them in front of them, but just I'm a private person. I don't do that.
Yeah.
In front of people.
And that would have been weird.
Yeah, I guess that would have been weird because it would have forced you to say yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't like public engagements.
Oh, yeah.
I hate public engagements. I think it's so, no offense to people who get it, but it's like you're on the spot and then everyone's watching you. And then nowadays,
if you say no, then you're the bad person.
Yeah. And then it's embarrassing. And then usually people have a phone out. So they're like recording it at the same time. And then it's on the internet for everyone to see. That's not how ours went.
No. That's because all of our stuff is private. That's why it works so well, because we both like that.
And so that was it. And that's when we started our relationship.
Yeah, wow. I haven't relived that since it happened.
Yeah, I don't really think back on it. So that was our backstory. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little like intro to our backstory. So basically, we were friends because you were friends with Mikey first. Mm-hmm. And then I started dating someone because I didn't know that you liked me. And weren't you dating? Well, you weren't really dating someone. Weren't you seeing someone though?
No. I didn't have a girlfriend since middle school before I met you.
But you were hanging out with someone at the time.
Yeah, but we weren't together or anything.
Yeah. And then we got together. And then that was it. That was all in the span of like a few months.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like an eternity.
Because it was only, what is it? We met in October. And I forgot why I know it's October. Something happened in October.
Well, the school started in like September.
School started in either August or September. And then, so that's when you had your first class with Mikey, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how you became friends. And then a couple months later, you came over to sleep over.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember that because that's when I started wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you used to wrestle.
Yeah. I try not to relive that. I didn't do very good in wrestling. And then that's when we started dating. And that was it. And then 14 years later, and now we're here.
Yeah.
So that's just like a little prelude to our actual conversation. So you ready for these questions?
I guess so.
Okay.
Sure.
So the first question is, what are the cons with marrying your high school sweetheart? Or like, what do you feel like you missed out on?
I don't know. I don't really think about that much, but I guess if there's one thing that I think I might have missed is maybe just living by yourself.
Yeah.
After moving out. That's really the only thing. Otherwise, I can't really think of anything else other than that.
That's it? Just not being able to live on your own? I mean, that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I would say dating, but yeah. I mean, seeing what other people go through trying to date now makes me glad that I never had to go through that.
I mean, I'm curious.
Dating as an adult.
Right.
Forget about it.
I don't think I would do... Well, let's see. Because, like, if we were single right now, it would be different from when we were single back then, like, right after high school. That was like 2010 or something. And I don't think they had, because when did Tinder come out? That's like
I don't know.
a few years later.
Tinder.
Yeah, but even that was kind of like a taboo, and everyone was like, didn't think that was cool when you found someone on Tinder, would make fun of you if you found someone on Tinder. But nowadays, finding someone on an app is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Pretty average.
Or eHarmony.
Yeah, but eHarmony, yeah, they're still around. But that one was always catered to like older people, like people who wanted to start families, but they're not having luck like dating. You know, like women reaching their clock, their maternal clock, and need to find a guy, or like a guy who's getting old but wants to start a family.
Yeah.
Or something. But now they have like all kinds of apps. I think that's the thing that not dating, but living or having my own place.
Yeah, I want my own place. So that if I don't want to do the dishes for a week or something, I don't have to.
That's so gross.
But if I just don't want to do it, then I'm not going to do it. And no one can tell me otherwise. If I want to throw my clothes on the floor, fine.
Brandon's salty because I always tell him to do the dishes.
I hate doing the dishes. Hate it.
So if you were living on your own, would you just get paper plates and disposable?
Okay, here's what you do. This is what you do. You go on Amazon, or I mean, you can go on any other website. You can buy a pallet of MREs or any kind of ready-to-eat foods. Order a whole pallet of them. Make sure you get something that's got at least 3, maybe 4 different types of meals, so you don't get bored of the same thing. And you have it delivered. When it shows up, throw them all in your cabinet, and then every day you just, warm one up, and it's already usually it has its own tray and stuff and utensils and everything. You just warm those up, eat them, and then you just throw everything away. You don't ever have to do dishes. You don't have to buy food. You just order a pallet every few months, and then just make sure you get some those gallon jugs of purified water, or I guess if you have a fridge with the filter or something,
water.
Or I mean, you could drink tap water, I guess. I don't know if I would, but you can do that, or you could boil your own water, but that's too much work.
You'd still have to buy
that
a
way.
pan.
Yeah, that way you can maximize your time, minimize the time it takes for you to put sustenance in your body, so you can maximize the amount of free time you have.
But that's a lot of waste.
It's not waste. That stuff's already made. You're just buying it and using it.
I guess we would live completely different lives if we didn't live together.
Yeah, or you could just DoorDash every day.
Yeah, you could do that too. But that's really expensive.
Yeah.
I think I just want to have my own place so I can decorate it or have it be exactly how I want it. Because we've lived together since we moved since high school, after high school. And we always have to compromise.
We don't have to compromise. I don't even want any decorations. You get total freedom of that for the whole house.
I still have to ask you, do you like this color?
You don't have to ask me. You just ask me because you want to ask me.
Yeah, because it's our place. You have to like it too. You have to see it every day.
It doesn't matter to me. I just want nothing. No decoration.
So your apartment or house or whatever will have zero decor or anything, just like a couch and a bed.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably just a mattress on the ground, like old times, and then a used futon or something. But I would have a really nice TV though. That's where the money would go. The TV, the electronics, Xbox, and
your computer.
Probably not even consoles. It would just be a computer hooked up to the TV. And maybe no couch, so that you could set up a VR in the living room and then you don't have anything to bump into. No coffee table or anything.
We could still have a futon because there'll be a couch and a bed at the same time.
Yeah, but if you're playing VR games, you don't want to have to worry about a couch being there or having to move it.
So it's just going to be an empty room?
It'll be
or is it going to be a giant...
It's not empty. There would be a TV mounted to the wall. There'd be a small shelf for the computer. And then in the middle on the floor, the middle of the room on the floor, would be the VR headset and the controllers. So as soon as you walk in after work or something, you can just put the headset and stuff on, turn everything on, and you can have this whole space you can move around in. Maybe
Where
you could
would
put sensors in every room so that
I
you can
guess
just
that's in your
walk
bedroom.
around in your whole apartment and you'd be in game the whole time. And the best part is you can have any kind of room you want in VR. And it's free after you pay for the VR and the computer and the TV and stuff. Then it's free after that.
So if I were to walk into your apartment, it'll be completely empty. And then, so would your bedroom just be a bed and that's it?
It'd be a mattress.
Just a mattress on the floor?
A side table.
And one side table.
Yeah, put my phone and stuff on it and a light.
Oh, look like a squatter's house.
It's not a squatter's house.
Someone robbed you.
It would be clean and stuff. That's another advantage is that, people aren't going to want to break in and steal stuff because there's nothing to steal.
Yeah, your VR and your super nice TV and computer.
That's not worth breaking into a house just for 3 things, though.
Yeah, that's true. Would you have a dining table?
Probably. Just like a little, maybe like 2-person dining table or something in case I have a guest over.
Just one guest.
What?
I think it would have been cool to see that. Maybe we should have done that where we had our own apartments, but we wouldn't have been able to afford it. At least I wouldn't have been able to.
I keep saying the house down the street is for rent.
Not now, back then.
We can each have our own house.
I'm not going to buy a house. I'm not going to buy my own house.
It'd be easier for you to move to that house since you have less stuff.
Yeah, I can pack my stuff in probably 2 days, if that. I could probably do it in 1 day.
Okay, whatever.
It's true.
Whatever.
So you wouldn't have any pots and pans because those are mine.
I don't need pots and pans. I have MREs. and just any TV dinner type stuff.
TV dinner? That sounds gross.
What? It's not gross. I grew up eating those 69-cent banquet.
Yeah, we used to have those too.
Salisbury steaks and stuff. And the mashed potatoes and ham.
And the Hungry Man. And what's that kid one with the penguin?
Oh, I forgot what that one's called, but I know what you're talking about. It has that brownie that always gets overcooked.
Yeah, and it's melted inside.
Yeah, and that weird mac and cheese that doesn't taste like mac and cheese.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of those.
Oh. I think that's even worse than the banquet ones. The banquet ones are pretty good.
And pork and beans. We had a lot of pork and beans.
Pork and beans are good too.
And he would put hot dogs in it.
That sounds good.
I guess. So if I can't eat it anymore, I don't like it. It makes me feel gross.
So would your apartment just be full of plants and decor that you can't even walk through it and you can't even see the walls anymore? There'd just be so much pictures and
no, it would be tasteful. I would just have art. I would have art everywhere and plants, but it wouldn't be like you can't see anything or you can't see the walls. But I would have a typical apartment where
Mr. Krabs' house. You know that episode where SpongeBob and Patrick have to paint Mr. Krabs' walls?
Isn't it just all pearls or pictures of pearl?
It's right? Like knickknacks and stuff.
Oh. And
they have to use that single-haired brush and put one drop of paint and then blow it around all the knickknacks and stuff.
Yeah. It wouldn't be like that. It would be tasteful. It'd be like from a magazine or something. I would try to make it look really nice. It would be mid-century, and very earthy. And bright. Yeah.
So you're one of those people that would have a built-in planter into your house that has a tree growing out of it.
What do you mean?
So you have a tree growing inside your house.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's houses like that have that.
Yeah, I'd have that. Like a tree going through the house, or like a tree house.
Yeah, usually it's like a built-in planter in the ground, and then there's a tree growing in it. You're just asking for dry rot though if you do that.
Okay. I'll just call you. You can fix my dry rot. What do you think? What else did you miss out on other than not being able to live on your own?
That's it. I just want my alone time. I don't really want anything else. I mean, yeah. I don't really want anything else.
I mean, I guess that would have been nice if we were hanging out
Why? What
and
do you
then
want?
be able to go home.
You want to know what it's like to date? Because part of me kind of does, but
I kind of do.
Don't.
Yeah, I kind of do. But at the same time, I would never approach anyone. And I would never, like, I don't think I would even get any dates because I've had a few guys ask me out in college.
It's because you're way out of everyone's league.
Okay. No, because the only time anyone asked me out was in college. But after I graduated, the only places I go is work, home, or a family member's house. So when would I ever have someone ask me out?
Yeah, that's true. You have to actually go out and in public.
Yeah, and I don't do
that. I don't either.
Like, or when I do go out in public, like, it's always with my friends. And we don't really, I mean, we rarely ever go downtown. And we rarely ever go to a bar. And what else?
Yeah, when we do, it's too loud.
Yeah. And I get really frustrated because you can't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
But I'm usually with a group of friends. I'm never just on my own. So it wouldn't even work out even if I wanted to date. I would have to do the app route.
Ugh.
You wouldn't date someone through an app?
No.
Why
That's
not?
scary.
Oh, because catfishing?
Yeah, or like, what if it's some creepy murderer or something that's pretending to be some girl that's into me, and then we meet and he kills me and takes my VR.
Well, that's why you always meet in a public area. And there's like stuff you do beforehand. Like,
yeah, but still, like, he could just feed me some sort of like poison in a drink and then follow me home, and then when I die or pass out in my house, he'll steal my... Wait, why am I saying he? She. She. Well, it's a he pretending to be a she. Wait, that wouldn't work either, because I wouldn't take a drink from a guy if he was pretending to be a girl.
Yeah.
I'd be freaked out already.
It would have to be a girl.
Oh. Can you just edit that part out?
No. I'm not taking that out. Well, because the app is kind of cool because you can filter out all the ones you don't want, you know? Like, you can filter out anyone that's not, I don't know. Because in the app, they like, you can point out like what your political views are and your religious views and whether you want kids or don't want kids, or if you have kids but want more, or have kids but don't want any more. It's like very specific. And like they even do like your zodiac and your personality type and all these like different
That's the problem though. It's like, am I really gonna find someone that's like you that'll like me?
What do you mean? Well, that took years of like what's the word? I'm trying to figure out.
Years of what?
Because when I met you at first, you weren't like that. You know, like you always are on your best behavior when you first meet someone, but it takes like living with them and then like gradually knowing them.
I had to slowly ease my personality onto you.
Yeah, but that's gonna happen.
My daily habits.
Every relationship, it's not gonna be instant. You basically have to start over.
There's a lot of people that will be accepting of it like you are.
I don't know. Why would you say that? There's a lot of weird people out there, and not saying you're weird, but I mean like that's the thing. You just gradually get comfortable with the person you're dating, and then you reveal small things about you at a time and see if it's worth.
Yeah, that sounds scary. I think that's why I don't want to date or do any of that. That's scary.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to not have to really worry about that.
Well, that kind of segues to my next question, which is basically, like, what do you like about the fact that you did marry your high school sweetheart? And that's kind of my big thing.
Here's a double-edged sword.
What? What do you mean?
So, an answer to that question, which is also a con, is that you know everything about me.
Why is that a con?
Because you know everything about me.
But that's my biggest pro, is because like I know you're not some secret CIA agent.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, maybe I am.
What? Someone recruited you at the age
And
of 15?
it wouldn't be CIA, it would be NSA.
Do they recruit
some
people
other
from high school?
alphabetical agency that no one's ever heard of?
It's highly unlikely. How would you keep that secret?
Highly unlikely, but how would you know?
Because we spend a lot of time together. When do you even have time to...
But what if I have a clone that takes my place so that I can go do my work? Whatever. Work.
You just do air quotes.
Maybe when I'm working, it's not actually working. It is, but it's hunting down synthetic androids trying to be human.
So when you send those Snapchats and stuff, is it someone else sending it?
Yeah, maybe the customers are actually synthetic androids trying to live a human life, and I'm supposed to eliminate them, like Blade Runner.
We didn't even finish watching Blade Runner.
Yeah, but I know what it's about. Basically the plot of Fallout 4.
Yeah. A very tired out plot. Anyways, so what else?
Did I even answer the question? Or
Well, you said the pro is that we know everything about each other.
Oh, right. Which is also a con.
Well, what's a pro without a con?
That I don't... Oh. This sounds really bad, but I don't have to try as hard, I guess.
What does that mean?
I think you know what it means. I know you feel the same way.
Like you don't have to always, I don't know, perform.
What?
Well, like, you know, like when you're dating, like when you're first meeting someone, like for me, if I was going to go on a date, I would probably get all dressed up and do my makeup.
I don't always have to impress. Basically.
Yeah. Like,
you know, if I want to just like be in my boxers and be a slob and eat pizza and have it all over me, that's fine.
Okay.
While I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
And if you want to do that, you can do that too. It doesn't matter.
That's a good pro.
Yeah.
Because we already...
Basically, okay, so maybe I should have just said we could be ourselves around each other. Maybe that's what I should have said.
That's a good, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's true. And because if meeting someone gives me anxiety too. I don't know if I could date. I think I would be too scared.
Would you?
Mm-hmm. Like, even if it's someone, like, if you were to die tomorrow or something, and it's been, like, a few years, I've mourned properly, and then I wanted to go back out in the dating world, I don't know if I can date someone. Because it'd be scary. Even if it's someone I know, it's still weird. Because it's, like...
Because your whole daily routine and everything is different.
Yeah. And then there's parts of me I don't want to share yet until I'm comfortable with that person. And then it's just too much. It's too anxiety inducing to go on a date. What do you even do on a date?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you do on a date? What do we do when we go on a date? Do we even go on dates?
We were in high school. And we had chaperones.
Ugh, God.
So we didn't... Yeah. Our first date was kind of a typical date. Wait... What did we do? No, it wasn't a typical date.
We watched
Blades of Fury.
Yeah.
We should buy that movie. But our date wasn't typical, like a typical date, because the first thing I did was meet your entire family.
Of course.
And then everyone was speaking Tagalog because they didn't know that I could understand. Because they were just like asking, who's that? Who's that? Oh, that's with Brandon? But yeah, I met your whole family, and then we went to watch a movie, but we weren't allowed to watch it by ourselves. And then Michael and Patrick were there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Patrick was there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
Patrick is the same Patrick who we did episode with. What did we talk about in Patrick's episode? Oh, video games.
Don't you guys have the upcoming episode about collections?
I think that's what he wants to do.
Coming soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I need to text him about that. About his shoe meet.
And And it's like a meet-up, not like meat made out of shoes or something.
It's like a car meet, but with shoes. It's a shoe meet.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. I don't know. If we do that episode, I'll ask Patrick about it and have him explain what a shoe meet is.
Yeah, I'm really interested in what that is.
Yeah, like do you bring boxes of shoes
or do you wear
to
them?
A place? Oh yeah, do you? But if you wear them, isn't it just a bunch of people in one room
So,
with nice shoes, right?
Oh.
So wouldn't a shoe meet be like you bring your shoes, like your like top 5 or something, best shoes and display it?
That's probably like a car meet type thing, right? Where you just like bring your car and show it off and stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, like, do you bring all your shoes? Like, you bring boxes
That seems
of your
scary
shoes?
though, because shoes are way easier to steal than a car. You know,
Obviously.
like some guy just wants to show up and just like steal people's shoes and run
Yeah.
off.
That's why, I think it's like a flea market where you bring your shoes.
I don't think it's a flea.
Well, not like a
market.
flea market, but like a farmer's market where you bring your shoes, display it. Because you can also trade and buy and sell shoes.
Oh, you can?
I think that's what he said.
Oh, so it's like a
flea market, but more expensive.
Yeah, I forgot what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like a swap meet? Is that
Yeah.
what a swap meet is?
Wait, what's a swap meet?
I don't know. It just sounds like what
I
I think
feel
I'm
like-
thinking of.
Is a swap meet where you bring your stuff and you swap with people? Like literally
That's
a
what I
swap meet?
That's what I think it is. It's like you bring stuff to sell or trade.
I don't know. I've never been to a swap meet.
Yeah, me neither.
I've
I
only
don't
been
even
to
know
a
what that
car
is.
I've
Never
heard.
mind.
Okay. I don't know. I'll ask him in that episode. Okay. What's another? Let's see. What was another pro? What were we talking about before Patrick's shoe meet? Our first date.
We were talking about dating.
Yeah. So pro would be not having to date.
Yeah, that is a pro. It could be a con, I guess, but I think it's more pro. I don't want to do that.
It's probably a con because we don't have experience in the event that one of us dies early and wants to start dating again.
But if that happens, I don't even think I would want to date, so that's already a pro.
That's true. I wouldn't want to date either.
I
I think if you died, I would just be alone.
That's sad.
No,
I
not
understand.
necessarily, because I like being alone.
Yeah, well, I do too.
Yeah. And so I just see people when I need to see people or want to see people.
I'd be like, oh, wow, I have so much alone time now. What am I going to do?
Okay.
There's so much stuff I can do.
There would be a lot of stuff I can do. Because then I don't have to worry about another person.
Yeah, like, there's so much stuff I wouldn't have to do. Like, I wouldn't have to do the dishes anymore.
Oh my God. Anyways, what's another pro?
What were the other pros we already went over?
Not dating, knowing each other, being ourselves.
Oh, I guess another pro would be that you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But I think that just goes with
Like-
knowing you for a long
Like
time.
if we're at a party or something, or at a gathering or
we just
something.
look at each other.
Yeah,
and we know it's time to go home.
do. Yeah. There's a telepathic aspect.
That's true. And then we know when the other person is not having a good day.
Yeah, like there's never a moment where I'm wondering what you're thinking because I already know what you're thinking. So
That could be a con too.
Makes me confident in what I'm gonna do or something, because I know what you want already, or like I know what you're thinking, so I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to like come and ask you or
Yeah.
something.
Like-
That's another pro.
I think my favorite thing that you do sometimes is when you know I'm having a bad day and then you'll say, "Do you need your alone time?" That's my favorite thing that you do.
That's fine with me because then I can have my alone time too. So it works both ways.
We need a 4-bedroom house,
We already basically have that. There's a shed and a garage. That's the 2 other rooms.
but it gets hot and cold in the winter and the summer. You can't just go in there.
Well, I go in there, not you, though.
Well, because with a 4-bedroom house, so we have our master bedroom, which is just, where we sleep. And then we have our computer room where we play video games together. And then you have your room, and then I have my room. 4 bedrooms.
I just want a garage. I want
Then a 3-bedroom house.
a 3 or 4 car garage with no cars in it though. Just a big garage.
What's the point? You're not going to put your car in there?
No, it's just for me to do stuff in.
So a workshop.
A workshop, a giant VR room also, and
So your own house. You're basically
like a TV and couch in there and stuff, and then like a fridge.
Or what if those houses with the loft?
A townhouse?
No, like those houses like that have a loft area, where like the main house is the bottom floor, but then the top there's a loft, and it's just like one big empty room.
I'd rather have the garage because it's separate from the house, so I can be noisy and do whatever. Take all my clothes off and run around and yell. And drink a beer from the mini fridge while running around. Fridge. Yeah, it would be a regular size fridge actually.
What would be in your fridge?
It would just be beer and pizza. Or no.
You would need a freezer
or
then.
Meat.
Just meat? It's just gonna be meat.
Yeah, like just tri-tip that's already cooked and beer.
So you also need a microwave.
I can eat cold tri-tip.
Ew.
It's gelatinous.
Oh, that's good for us. Let's see. Those are my 2 main questions. And then I don't know if you want to answer this one, but do you have any relationship advice for people? Because we've been together for 14 years and we still don't want to get a divorce, which is good. Even through this pandemic.
We didn't even want to get married. We just did it for the insurance.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, we've been together for so long, and like last year, a bunch of people got divorced because people had to stay home with their spouses. Yeah. So, do you have any advice?
If I had any advice, is just to be yourself and find someone who likes you for who you are. That's really cheesy to say and very typical advice, but it's true. Because if you find someone that likes you for who you are, they're going to always want to be around you, and it doesn't matter if you guys spend all day together. They're never going to get tired of you.
That's true. So if you feel like you have to act differently around your spouse or your significant other.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's a big red flag. You should just be able to do and say whatever you're feeling and thinking.
And not be scared.
Yeah, and not have to worry. That's all I can really say.
That's good advice.
That's the golden rule.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this podcast with me.
You're welcome.
We could do more if you want to, if you like it.
I'll think about it.
All right, and you do the outro.
What is it? Do we have to sing something, or do you want me to rap something?
No, you're not going to rap.
You don't want me to rap an outro?
No.
Okay.
I don't want you to rap. I'm just going to do my typical outro.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
I don't. All right. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy what you hear and want to stay up to date on the show, please follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. You can also check out my website at thetalkativeintrovertpodcast.com. All the information will be on there as well as in the show notes. Please help support the show by sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.